hello there, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Last time we were continuing Thelxie's fantastic adventure event quest, major event quest of version 4.2. We got pretty far in doing the picture book again. The premise is this lady's child has a pretty serious condition in which they are in a delusion. And we kind of have to go through this adventure with this little penguin that Fremine was commissioned to make. Penguin kind of Thelxie, the penguin's name is Thelxie, kind of representing the sick boy. And we have to fight through monsters and face the world and do good stuff. Indeed, yeah, that was happening. And that was what we were doing. And last time we were working on the picture, or not finishing, but we finished one part of Thelxie needing to fight some monsters to regain some of the glory that was lost, and we're continuing on making that picture book that what was it the mother wanted, because thinking that the picture book would be like kind of a physical representation of us defeating or the journey that Thelxie took. So that was kind of what was going on. Indeed, off camera I finished up all the event activities. It did not take long. They were pretty short, admittedly. The fighting ones are always the longest because you have to sit in a dungeon for 2 minutes. Even if you get the points early, you kind of just want to finish it, you know. But there we go. We got our Fremine. First time unlocking Fremine. Unfortunately, because of an event, the last character that we were able to unlock was Farazan, but I never did that event, unfortunately. So I was never able to unlock Farazan. Indeed, so we're almost done with this quest. We really just have one more part left, in which I think we finish up the picture book. We have to find a crown first. Thelxie is still missing a crown, and then after that, I think we're done with the picture book, and hopefully we can cure Zuria's child. But here we go. Miraculous crown. The end of the fantastical adventure approaches. At its final destination, will Madame Zuria's child get better? As you all hope. Indeed. So let's get that done. 2 days later. I've been playing for a while, but we're just gonna go with the full 2 days here. Well, was it 12? I got kinda pretty good timing there. We'll finish this. We collected all the rewards, so that's good. And then, you know, at the end of the quest, usually there's some people that you can talk to. So I'm gonna be trying to look for them real quickly. Again, that's something that I'm not gonna stress too much on with the main, on my main channel, or I should say on my main Genshin account. But on the alt Genshin account, I definitely want to talk with everybody that's possible. So stay around for that if you ever want to see the full people to talk to.
Today's the final day of Thelxie's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Fremine at his camp.
Yeah, today is the last day. Let's see if this is any different.
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
Seems like the doctor still says the same thing. Alright, let's go here. Did it change? Nope. Let's go here to see if anything changes here. Fantastic adventure. Yeah, this was the picture we drew last time. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, we drew this picture last time. So I wonder if this would change. We got the rainbow road that was made with all those shells. Indeed. Let's go to it. Let's do this. Let's finish it out. Last episode was a pretty short one in terms of quests. I'm assuming this episode will be a little bit longer, because I'm assuming we're gonna get like a major cutscene and everything. So indeed, let's do it. Talk with Thelxie. Oh, we talk with Fremine too, I suppose.
Hey, Fremine! Thelxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of...
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? Fremine diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Wait, Lescaut d'Estray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
It can't be, right? Lescaut d'Estray? Zuria d'Estray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
Bruh. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was assuming, right? I didn't really say this, but I was kind of assuming that the child would die. Alright? I thought the child would die. I didn't know, I didn't expect that the child is already dead. Basically I'm pretty sure this is one of the Melzine's voice actress. I forgot which Melzine it was. Was it Sedine? I think I may have saw this on like Reddit or something. But anyways, what she said, child died a month ago, saying it was water imp work. The guy or the child, 8-year-old, had seashells tied around. Oh, yeah, you know what I was doing in those side activities? I was literally collecting seashells. Oh my gosh, I was collecting the remains of this, essentially remains. So yeah, I guess the child committed suicide. Yeah, I guess the loneliness syndrome actually did get to him, and he died. He's dead. It would make sense that the mother would get sick after that, and that doctor who we've been talking to this whole time has not been caring for the child, but actually been caring for Zuria. That's crazy. I think that about sums it up, huh? Oh, and this whole thing, the whole thing that we've been doing, maybe it's a little bit of like an homage to the child and maybe her husband. I'm not sure if he's involved in this, but yeah, I guess this whole time, okay, that got me. I didn't expect that at all. Seems like we need to pay a visit to Destry's house.
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
Miraculous Crown has started. Go to Madame Xerxes Destry's. Well, now this, as the fine destiny, will Madame Xerxes' child get better? As you all hope. Well, the child is dead. All right, is the child dead? Like 100% dead? Then what's this sack for? This medicine for? Label on it, Destry written on it. So is this for her? Because the child is already dead? Whoa. I've been checking this place out, you know. I've been checking this place out at like the end and start of some videos, right? So I've been trying to see if we can learn anything from here, but yeah. Guess we're gonna get hit with that.
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
All right, I've heard this line so many times. Who is the patient? The door opens for a brief moment. Man walks out.
This is the residence of Zuria Destri, and I am Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends by any chance?
You're a former doctor of all that's happened in the past few days between some breaks of silence.
So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic. But you're saying she...
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
I mean, yeah, Fremine here basically summarized it. Her delusion is that her son is still alive. And acting as if her son is the one with her son did have loneliness syndrome. And acting to try to cure it. It makes sense, I suppose. How is Zuria now?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth, and the children who lived in it. Those patients, and what their doctors said back then. What if... Dr. Jala Khan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? It's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
The doctor quickly retrieves the book and hands it to Fremine.
Yes, this is it.
Before we continue, what's the guidance therapy? Is guidance therapy the thing that Zuria wanted to do so that to cure her son? Basically, try to go through the motions of her son saving the day. I think again, that's the part I'm still a little bit confused about. I don't exactly know how this all connects. Also, one more thing, Fremine did mention there that the House of the Hearth kids Or the House of the Heart had kids who were being treated by doctors, and what he was thinking about what the doctors had said. So interesting little bit of piece of information. Now, House of the Hearth kids, maybe a lot of them had loneliness syndrome. So that just makes the case that Alekina is a good person trying to help them. I don't know. We still need to finish the adventure in the picture book. Or we still need to finish the adventure in the picture book, question mark?
That's right. If what Dr. Jean Lacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria. So we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
We'll have to give it a try.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
Okay, but what are we doing? I'm confused. What exactly are we doing? Go to the Kingdom of Water Imps. Okay, I've been there. Done that. Okay, what does this trail say again? Now that we've... But it's Inscribed Shell 3. Don't tell me that Inscribed Shell 1 and 2 are friggin' in the ocean where the child had died. Don't tell me I have to look for them, because I ain't looking for them on camera. I'll 100% finish everything that there is to do on my alt account. But again, the alt account's a nerfed experience because I haven't completed the Archon quest in that account yet, so it's gonna be weird. But hopefully I can find all these little secrets. The sea gods has rung his kneel, ding dong, heart. Now hear them, ding dong. Yeah, I'm thinking that the other shells might be in the ocean. I'm assuming that's the case. Or you have to look for them. They're not in an obvious place, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's go here. We're continuing. Why we go here? Do we need to clap some more enemies? Like, that's not it. Assaulting the Water Imp Kingdom once more. Evil never sleeps and has secretly smuggled away the crown that rightfully belonged to Prince Thelxie. Warriors, defeat the abominable thieves and take back Thelxie's crown. Use a shockwave. Physical damage. Great. Physical damage against enemies that resist physical. That's fun. Okay. What was the team that we were having? We were having this, and this, I believe. Again, don't know how guidance therapy...
We're here again. This is the final part of Thelxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right everyone?
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
What the heck? You just copied what I said. Alright, we clapping? Alright.
Be careful, brave adventurers. Here come the evil monsters that stole the crown. There! Let's eat these cyclops. Let's beat them up.
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no one here. Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today. We must be going all out. Oh, this is the cool enemy, right? We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness.
Alright.
Busted.
So should we try to use Freminate? Don't even know what Freminate is.
Time
A 5? I have to press the button 5. What the heck is this?
Going under! Frost is coming!
Get this out. We need to give Thelxie the final blow! Oh my, I'm doing no damage. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we need to soften that up a little bit more.
Busted.
They good? Okay. Alright, Thelxie. Go, do it! We did it! Yay! Alright. I didn't quite catch what they were saying. I was too busy clapping. But yeah?
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine, and... Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Zuria walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again.
Penguin has a crown now.
Mama loves you too.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
What is Thelxie saying?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Bernie walks up to you and pulls out his diving helmet before placing it on your head. Shouldn't he be placing it on his head? Do you need me to say it? So that's what Thelxie is saying.
Mama loves you too.
But I love you more, Mamo.
Wait, what is this?
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
Three days later at Fremene's camp. What was that? Did I trip balls? Was that a delusion? I don't really know how I saw the child. Yeah. Because we already know that Fremene's helmet has like a transcription module that was able to kind of translate Thelxie's output and Fremene was able to understand what Thelxie said. But didn't it change how we were able to see? Was Paimon or Fremene able to see? Probably not. So I don't quite understand, but regardless.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Fremene, why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Mm-hmm. Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If, at some point in the future, you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
So perhaps fantasy is not just fantasy after all. Okay.
But what else could it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
What? That can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
And that's a wrap. That is a wrap. So we need to look at this. It's Arya's fantasy book containing only 3 images, or only 30 pages. It tells a story of a prince who overcomes loneliness. It reads, "For anyone in a tough spot," in small print on the back of the cover. Yep, those are the quest images, and it's another item. I don't know what. Again, I mentioned this before. I don't know what we can do with all these quest items that we get from story quests, from major event quests. Wait, there you go. I mean, toward the end there, miracles, all that crazy stuff that's happening. I mean, let's be honest here. We've seen stranger things happen. I think that's all just pretty normal. Maybe not super normal, but it's pretty. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not surprised of the stuff that can happen. But indeed, well, I mean, I don't know what to say after that. It's an interesting story quest. Not story quest, a major event quest. I think, yeah, they definitely want to target a certain, I guess, subject. Target a certain touchy subject in this story quest, which I appreciate. And it's again, I feel like it's a little bit hard to wrap my head around this whole guidance therapy thing. I still don't really get it. But indeed, I'm just trying to see if there's any secrets. There might be something near the water. I'm sure we can find Zuria and Fremine and perhaps even a doctor somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where we were able to spot them. We can try. I doubt that I can find Zuria. I might be able to find Fremine. I don't know exactly where he would be. He would be in like one of these buildings, right? In these connector buildings, in this connector building or this connector building. Let's go there first. I'm sure. I'm like very confident that Fremine and Zuria are out in the world and you can go talk to them. But where they are, I'm not sure, and I don't know how I'd be able to find them.
Take it easy.
It would be quite difficult to find them. And I don't know my way around Fontaine too well. That's another issue. So we'll do a little bit of a peeky peek. To see if we can find where the place I'm targeting. The place I'm targeting is the place where we first saw Fremine. I'm not exactly sure where it was, and I'm kind of confused on where it could be. Again, I don't know my way around Fontaine that well, Court of Fontaine that well. I think, Yeah, where was it? It was like maybe over here, I'm thinking, because this is where we saw Lenny during his story quest. I think this might be a good place to look for Fremine. And if we can, then I'll probably just end it here, because I really need to go to the bathroom, guys. I really need to go. I'll be honest, I really need to go. I've been needing to go for a while now. Not the most glamorous thing to say, but hey, I actually just need to go. It comes in and out. Okay. Comes in and out is like the feeling. Okay, this is the place. This is the place. I was right. I was right on the map. It's the connecty bit here. This is the place, but yeah, I don't see Fremine. Well, unlucky. I don't think we'll be able to have a discussion with Fremine and Zuri at the end of the video. However, I will look into it, and then I will have that, and maybe the shells number 2 and 3 on my alt account when I do this quest on my alt account there. We'll check. Yeah, I've already checked. We'll check this place one more time. If there isn't, I'm going to close here. So, that was pretty good. I think the quest is interesting. It's kind of like a little bit of Graven Innocence and the TCG event. I forgot what the TCG event is called. But Graven Innocence was the 3.0 event quest, which featured Kali and her toy making. Was it toy making? Yeah, it was like a story or something. Story similar to this one. But yeah, it's basically similar between, because in the Kali event there was like the development of single 4-star character, which is Fremine in this case, and then very similar to the TCG event, where at the end of the TCG event we met somebody super interesting, and they had, you know, a tragic backstory, very similar to what Zuri had here. So I like it. I think it's interesting. I really appreciate them touching topics like this, Genshin at least, touching topics like this. But anyways, I really need to go to the bathroom. So thank you so much for watching. You're beautiful the way you are, and I'll catch you in another Genshin Impact video where I'll probably be exploring Fontaine. Alright, send it.